What is up, everybody? Little, I don't know, a little thingy. Happy Wednesday to you. I had to take a little break from vlogging today because I was kind of upset about that Marcellus Williams um, execution yesterday. And I think I was more upset that, number one, I didn't know anything about the case until yesterday. It wasn't like it was news. I didn't see a lot of your, you know, black think tanks really talking about this. I saw nothing from the NAACP about this situation. I mean, honestly, I don't feel like I really got onto this brother until yesterday. And it sucks because this man was literally executed, you know, because the police took his confession from some crackheads who were incentivized by some reward, a $10,000 reward. There's so many things in that particular case that I feel like were wrong, even down to the chains of evidence and how it was handled. There's just a lot of things about this situation that I find to be very suspicious. And I mean, even if the man was serving life in prison, I think with the circumstances around that his situation, that would have been sufficient until the real information came out. Even the victim's family did not agree with him being executed. And check out my article on Substack because this particular situation did trigger for me just some reoccurring things that I have seen in the past where you have white collar, white individuals in high esteem roles in certain contingencies. They have done awful things to their spouses or coordinated awful things against their spouses, and they have put those crimes on black people. So I posted that on the post on YouTube. Check out that article when you have some time because I'm very passionate about this. Black men are always taking the fall for white men's deeds. They don't want to be the faces of their accountabilities. And the whole situation was suspect for me, and I am very firm that 43 stabs on a person's body is a personal kill. That is not some random robber's kill. And what was really suspect is that if you kind of look at the chain of information, they're saying that this man went in to rob her, walked out with an Apple laptop and her purse, but for some reason, she was upstairs taking a shower and he waited for her to come down. So was the laptop and purse upstairs with her? There's a lot of things in the situation that don't make any sense, and I think that they suppressed it because they didn't want people challenging that information. They didn't want people challenging the information. They didn't want people challenging the way they went about that investigation. You know, it seemed like specifically they were looking to have this pinned on somebody. And when you put ransoms on the table, or reward money on the table, you're gonna get all kinds of people who love and hate that person come forward if they're that desperate, and they will say anything. The two crackheads that claimed that he confessed the crime to them, um, these people both got a piece of that $10,000 ransom money. Right? These are details that they're not sharing. They are suppressing this conversation because obviously they don't want people talking about it because they don't want people to see how not thorough that investigation was. It seems like they were really trying to just pin this on somebody and get it done. And That's questionable for me. I have a problem with it. I don't like that. I see the pattern. I see the pattern, and this is just another added addition to the pattern for me. Off that, if you follow the FBA, ADOS, Freeman, delineation type movements and stuff like that, there's a couple of points that I think are notable. And I think it kind of plays into this identity crises too that we feel like maybe Kamala Harris might have been having as well. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I used to look at every black looking person in America as black. I did not delineate. If I saw somebody from Africa, the Caribbean, right, they were from a different country, but for me, they were still considered like black, right? But over the time, you notice that how some of those people communicate about themselves, and they don't consider themselves black, right? Some of them have even allied against people who talk ill about black people. So now you have this delineation, movement. And there have been black people delineating for a while, but this is just, it's growing bigger and bigger. And I think that's what makes it complicated for a person like Kamala Harris, who has immersed herself into black culture, right? And she probably was under the mindset that because I look black and I have some black looking lineage, that I am black, right? And I think this is where this conversation gets a little interesting for me, because it's like we know that Kamala Harris is not black, right? Because Jamaicans don't consider themselves black. And even when you look at her lineage, she is more on the Caucasus side than the black side, right? She's more on the Caucasian side than the black side. And that does matter, right? So, honestly, I'm wondering if Kamala either has an identity crisis or issue, or if she truly did believe that, up until this point of mass delineation, that she really was a black woman, right? A black and Indian woman. I question that. You obviously Candace Owens is trying to get back favorable with black folks, so she's trying to do all she can to prove that Kamala Harris is not one of us, guys, right? But you're not one of us. You're one of us when you choose to be, Candace. So I don't even care about this expose of Kamala Harris's lack of blackness, because we've already been talking about that. Like all you're doing is just pulling up some little receipts or whatever. Like, oh my God, really, she isn't black. We know that, Candace. We know that without the receipts. You're doing that for the non-blacks because we already know. We already know. But, there's a lot of distractions. Like, I'm looking at all of these distractions. They got us stuck on Diddy. Meanwhile, Israel is just going to town in Lebanon and Gaza, maiming and killing people, in whatever name of graciousness they feel like they need to do it. You know? This is just, you see the affairs of man playing out. And, you can't help but just kind of watch it play out. There's so many distractions. Look over here, look over there. It seems like there is a mission to take down black elites. I do see the takedown of black elites in motion. All of those black sellouts and tokens. It seems like they're getting their reckoning. These people that were propped up to black people as beacons, but really they were devils behind closed doors. So, these black conservatives, they kill me because they will seriously talk crap about black people. And then the minute they see a black person talking on a conservative point, they're like, oh God, black person says this about Trump. It's like, y'all talk, just devil talking demons, right? Want to talk crap about black people, but then want to get, glorify us or whatever. Like, look, guys, black people are doing this. They're talking. It's like, man, if you don't shut up, Brandon Tatum. I'm so tired of these black people talking about black people. Now you got Anton Daniels. This dude is always on the mic talking about black people with conservative talking points. Some of these funny looking ass people just need to stop trying to get their tokens talking about black people, because eventually you're going to be exposed. I'm listening to Anton Daniels and I'm like, bro, you gamble. You talk about being in casinos, right? So you make money and you gamble it. Like, I mean, these people are gamblers, okay? They're tokens, they're puppets, right? This dude did a blog not too long ago talking about how he was banned from something, and he had some reason why he was banned for some casino or whatever. And you out here lecturing black folks. It's like, bro, just double talking demons. Double talking demons. But anyways, my last live stream was pretty emotional, but I don't care because I'm a human. And I cry for my brothers. I cry for my brothers all the time, because it's sad how the system is set up against so many of us in very creative ways. And, again, you have to be true aware. You can't be woke, right? You have to be aware, right? A lot of people, both on the Democrat and Republican side, they're not aware because they're lemmings to conversations, right? But if you do want a perspective that's coming with true awareness, like, share, and subscribe, because YouTube is suppressing my content big time because they don't want you guys having pragmatic conversations and looking at things practically and broadly. But if you ride with me, that's what we're going to do all day here as we try to make it to God's new world. Peace to all of my brothers and sisters around the world who are dealing with Satan's world. Keep your prayers up. Keep your prayers up. Sometimes this system of things is going to get to us, but, keep your prayers up. Keep your prayers up.